Hello everyone. I didn't get around to recording this until late today. I hope everybody will still have time to enjoy it. So here is my daily daf thought on daf tes. The Gemara in daf tes brings down a pasuk actually from this week's parsha, from Parsha Shemais. The pasuk says, Ehyeh asher ehyeh. So the truth is that the pasuk in total, the pasuk says, Moshe Rabbeinu said to the Ribbono Shel Olam, Moshe said to the Ribbono Shel Olam, Hine anochi ba'al b'nei Yisrael. I'm going to come to the b'nei Yisrael, v'amarti lehem, and I'm going to say to them, Elokei aveisechem shlachani aleichem, the God of your forefathers appeared to me. V'amru li, and they will say to me, Ma shemoi, what's his name? Ma oimar aleichem. What should I say to them? How should I refer to you, Ribbono Shel Olam? V'yomer Elokim al Moshe, so Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Ehyeh asher ehyeh. I will be what I will be. That's the literal translation. Vayomer, and the Ribbono Shel Olam said, Koi soymar levnei Yisrael, this is what you should say to the Bnei Yisrael, Ehyeh shalachani aleichem. Ehyeh is the one who sent me to you. Now, the Gemara over here darshans this pasuk, and the Gemara says, what does this mean, Ehyeh asher ehyeh? Zok the Gemara, Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu LaMoshe, the Ribbono Shel Olam said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Lech amar lehem liYisrael, go tell the Bnei Yisrael, Ani hayisi imachem b'shibud zeh, I will be with them, and I was together with them in this shibud, in the Galus Mitzrayim, in the enslavement in Mitzrayim, V'ani ehyeh imachem b'shibud malchias, and I will also be with them in all of the other Galusin, and all the other shibud malchias, whenever there will be a time when the other kingdoms will oppress the Bnei Yisrael, I will be together with them. That's Ehyeh asher ehyeh. I am with them now, I was with them now, and I will be with them in the future. What's Ehyeh shlachani aleichem? Amal of Ribbono Shel Olam. Moshe Rabbeinu said to the Ribbono Shel Olam, Daya l'tzara b'shaita. What are you asking me to tell the Bnei Yisrael? I should come to them in the midst of slavery in Mitzrayim, and I should tell them, the Ribbono Shel Olam is with you in Mitzrayim, and don't worry, he'll also be with you in future oppressions. I don't want to tell them now about future oppressions. Daya l'tzara l'shaita. They're suffering in this oppression now. I don't want to tell them about future oppressions. Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why the Ribbono Shel Olam then told Moshe Rabbeinu, Lechem mar lehem, go tell them, Ehyeh shlachani aleichem. Only tell the Bnei Yisrael, Ehyeh shlachani aleichem. Tell them once, Ehyeh. I, the Ribbono Shel Olam, am with them in this oppression. Don't tell them about the future oppressions. So then why does the pasuk say, Ehyeh asher ehyeh? Why does the pasuk mention the future oppressions at all, if that's not what Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to tell the Bnei Yisrael? So the answer to that is found in the Medrash. The Medrash says that the Ribbono Shel Olam said, this that I told you, Ehyeh asher ehyeh, when I told you about future oppressions, Moshe Rabbeinu, that was for your information. That was not for you to relate to Klal Yisrael. You tell Klal Yisrael, Ehyeh shlachani aleichem. You tell Klal Yisrael, I, the Ribbono Shel Olam, who is with them in this suffering in Mitzrayim, that's the one that sent you. Don't tell them about the future oppressions, but I'm letting you know, Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm letting you, it's important for you to know that Ehyeh asher ehyeh, that I am with them now and I will be with them in the future. Now the question is, why is it important for Moshe Rabbeinu to know that the Ribbono Shel Olam will be together with Klal Yisrael in future oppressions? Why does Moshe Rabbeinu have to know about the future oppressions? Also, we're sending Moshe Rabbeinu now to go take the Yidden out of Mitzrayim. It's important for Moshe Rabbeinu to know that his job is going to be incomplete, that even though he's taking them out of Mitzrayim, in the future there are going to be other Golusin that they're also going to need saving from. Why does Moshe Rabbeinu need to know that? And the truth is that the question is even more pertinent, because the Torah Kedosha makes it very clear that it's important for the leaders of Klal Yisrael to know this. Because if you look at Parshas Vayelech, when Moshe Rabbeinu was told to appoint Yeshua ben Nun, the pasuk says over there, the Ribbono Shel Olam says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Vayomer Hashem al Moshe, Hein karvu yamecha lamus, behold your days are coming close when you're going to pass away. Karas Yeshua, call Yeshua, v'hisyatzvu ba'oil mayed, and he will stand in the oil mayed, va'atzavenu, and I'm going to command Yeshua ben Nun how he should comport himself, that he should be the next leader of Klal Yisrael. Okay, Vayelech Moshe v'Yeshua. So Moshe and Yeshua went to the Oil Moed. Vayisyatzvu b'Oil Moed. They came and they stood in the Oil Moed. What does it then say? Vayera Hashem el Moshe b'Oil Moed b'Oil ba'Amud Anan. The Rebbeinu Shalom came to the oil in an Amud Anan, in a pillar of cloud. Vayamoid Amud Anan al Pesach ha'oil. And then the Rebbeinu Shalom tells Moshe and Yeshua, Hinecha Sheiche v'Maveisecha, Moshe Rabbeinu, you're going to be nifter. V'kam ha'am hazeh v'zana acharei Elohei nechara oretz. And the Klal Yisrael is going to worship Avodah Zarah. Va'azavani, they're going to forsake me. V'heferes bris yeshe karati itai. And the Rebbeinu Shalom continues and he says, V'chara api bay bayomahu, I'm going to become upset with Klal Yisrael. Va'azavtim, and I will forsake them. V'histarti panai mahem. V'hayolechel, and I'm going to hide myself from them. So in the process of commanding Yeshua to take over the leadership of Klal Yisrael, the very first thing that Yeshua hears is that you should know there's going to come a time after Moshe Rabbeinu passes away when Klal Yisrael is going to be Oved Avodah Zarah, and in the future they're going to go into Golus. So you see that Yeshua also had to know this. And again, the question is, why is it important for the leaders of Klal Yisrael to have this piece of information? In a way, I would think it's counterintuitive. Why are we telling the leaders of Klal Yisrael, look, you're helping them now, but you should know after you pass on, the story is going to be the same. There's going to be Chatoim, there's going to be Avodah Zarah, they're going to go into Galus. How is a leader supposed to feel good? How is he supposed to feel, wow, this is such an accomplishment that I'm taking them out of Mitzrayim? And the truth is that I've often suffered from this question myself. I'll tell you what I mean. I'm the son of a Holocaust survivor. My father survived Auschwitz. Now you come to Purim and you celebrate Purim, and you get all besimcha and you mesameach that wow, Haman was killed and Klal Yisrael was saved and nobody got hurt. Yeah, but in World War II we lost 6 million Yidden. So sometimes you're tempted to ask yourself, what's the grace of Glick? Obviously, it's wonderful that Klal Yisrael was saved in the time of Haman, and we weren't destroyed completely. But after Haman, there was a Spanish Inquisition, and there were other oppressions, and there was a World War II, and we lost 6 million people, and we didn't have a Mordechai and an Esther, and we didn't have that kind of miraculous salvation. So sometimes you feel, what did those early Nisim accomplish? It's like, all right, so it worked out then, but it didn't work out later. Well, what happened later? Also, you could ask yourself, if Klal Yisrael wasn't worthy of the Geula Shlema in earlier generations, when the generations were greater than we are now, how is it that we're going to merit a redemption? How is it that we're going to merit Mashiach, when it seems that the generations get lower and lower and lower, and we don't measure up to even the places where our forefathers did, where the earlier generations did, so we're going to merit something that they didn't merit? But I think the answer to all of these questions is really one and the same. And that is that, in a way, yes, we are far richer than the earlier generations because we have all of this in our history. Every later generation has more in their history, more in their life experience than we did before. Klal Yisrael has a much richer collective body of life experience now than we did generations ago. You know what? We have Yetzias Mitzrayim in our history. And how many mitzvahs do we talk about? Zecher Yetzias Mitzrayim. We also have a David HaMelech in our history. We also have a Bayis Rishon in our history. We have a Shlomo HaMelech in our history. We have a Bayis Sheni in our history. And yes, we have Golus in our history. We also have surviving Golus in our history. We have surviving World War II and rebuilding from a Holocaust in our history. And we, as a generation, we have so much more in our collective life experience as a nation than generations earlier did. And that gives us what to draw on. There's so much more that we could learn from and draw from in the way we act as a nation. And yes, when it comes time, we could be Zoichet to a Geula Shlema when they couldn't. Maybe for that very reason. Because we have, look, you want to talk about Mesiras Nefesh? We have concepts of Mesiras Nefesh that didn't exist earlier. We have concepts of survival survival that didn't exist. We have concepts of rebuilding that didn't exist. We have concepts of starting from scratch that didn't exist. So yes, we always have what to draw on. And when you talk about the leaders of Klal Yisrael, I think it's important for a Moshe Rabbeinu and a Yeshua, they needed to know that. They needed to know. Moshe Rabbeinu needed to know. You're going to take Klal Yisrael out of Mitzrayim, and you're going to establish them as a nation. But that's only the beginning of their journey. You need to know Moshe Rabbeinu, because you need to instruct Klal Yisrael, and you need to teach them, and you need to prepare them. They need to know that this is only square one in what it means to be a Klal Yisrael. But later there are going to be more trials and tribulations, and you have to be prepared for them, and you have to know how to survive them, and you have to know how to pick yourself up and move on from them. And Yeshua had to know that too. Yeshua had to know you're going to take Klal Yisrael into Eretz Yisrael. But don't think that you're taking them into Klal Yisrael and then into Eretz Yisrael, and then the job is over. Then they're going to stay there and it's all over. No, you should know that you're going to bring them in and you're going to start them off in Eretz Yisrael, and that's going to lead eventually to a Malchus-based David, and there's going to be a Bayis Rishon, but there's also going to be future Golusin, and Klal Yisrael needs to know that. And you, Yeshua, when you transmit the Torah to them, it has to be a Torah that's replete with all of the lessons that they're going to need for the future. So yes, the leaders of Klal Yisrael need all this information. Klal Yisrael didn't need the information at that point. Klal Yisrael dialet Sarah b'shaitai. They're sitting and suffering in Egypt now. You don't have to tell them about future nations. But you, the leader, you need to know it, because you need to prepare them. Thank you so much. I hope that you find these little clips enjoyable. Have a wonderful day. Be well.